Hello guys, I am Hitesh Tripathi, and in this video we are going to talk about ReactJS class components. Okay, so you must have seen previous videos in which we have already talked about functional components. So this is just another video of our playlist ReactJS tutorials from scratch. But before starting this video, let's just see what is Newton School. So you must have known what is Newton School. It is an e-learning platform which have different programs especially designed for you. Their first program they have for you is pay after placement program, or you can also say that this is a full stack development course. So under which they will train you and they will make you a full stack developer. And not only this, after that they will also get you placed in these different companies like Xiaomi, Zomato, Byju's, Unacademy, ThoughtWorks, Google. So what they do, they will make you a full stack developer and then they will also get you placed in these companies. Most amazing thing about this program is that you don't need to pay even a single penny until and unless you get placed in any of these companies, and for minimum of 5 lakh CTC. So if you want to know more about this program, you can just go to the link in description, or you can also come to their website newtonschool.co and apply now for free, and you will get a follow back. Some more programs they have for you is Launchpad Initiative, under which they have different courses especially designed for you. You can just come to their website, log in or sign up and start learning for free. Okay, they have different courses for development, web development, mobile development, and for different programming languages, and for core subjects also. Some more programs they have for you is their grant coding contest. So if you want to know more about this, just come here, participate or register now for free, and participate in this coding contest, and you can get cash prizes worth 10 lakh rupees, and you can also get chance to get direct referrals to these companies and just get hired by these companies. Okay, before starting, if you haven't subscribed this YouTube channel Coding Talkies, just go and subscribe this YouTube channel and bookmark these playlists whichever you want, so that you can get regular updates of regularly getting uploaded videos. Okay, just go and subscribe this. Now let's just begin with today's video, and in today's video, as we are going to talk about class components. So we have already talked about what are components in React.js, और functional components क्या होते हैं. Okay, so functional components, I have already told you that these are just simple React JavaScript functions जिनको हम components की तरह React एप्लीकेशन में यूज़ कर सकते हैं एंड हम उनको रेंडर कर सकते हैं अपने फ्रंट एंड में. Now in the same way, class components are also simple JavaScript classes to which we can extend them as React components and we can get them rendered in our front end. Okay, now if both are the same thing, why we are using two different things? So I will tell you differences between functional and class components, but firstly let's just see what are class components. So if you can see here that this is an example of class components, we will also build one example in our demo React application. Okay, don't worry about it. So if you will see, there is a class keyword which is telling that this is a class or JavaScript class. After that, you can see name of the class welcome, and it is getting extended as React component. Simple. And under which we have a function render, obviously, which will be called when you are rendering some class component in your front end. And उसके बाद एक return statement है जो कि simply वो चीज़ है जो तुम्हारे फ्रंट एंड में या ब्राउज़र में रेंडर होने वाली है. फाइन. तो ये था तुम्हारा React.js का class component. Now let's just try to build one class component so that you can get some more better understanding of class components. So let's just come to our demo application which we are building from our second or third video, and let's just open the terminal. So firstly let's just run it in our browser, and after writing npm start, it will simply make your website hosted in localhost 3000, and you can see that your functional component is getting rendered in the front end. Now what is your functional component? That is component 1, and if you see your component 1 file under components folder, you can simply see that this is a functional component, okay, which is getting exported from here as a default component and imported in this your application component or app component and getting included in return statement. Now you want to make a class component. So how are you going to do that? You can just simply go to your components folder, make a new file. Let's just name it as C-com, or since we have to start with a capital letter since we are making a new component, so we can just name it class component.js. Okay, fine. Now if you remember in previous videos I told you to install a extension of ReactJS. If you don't remember, let me just, you can just simply go to extensions and type React, and the first extension you are getting is the same which I am telling you to install. Just get it installed. Okay, now I'm showing you the power of this extension. You can simply write RCC, and you can see that RCC is an abbreviation for React class component. Okay, so if you hit enter, you can simply get a boilerplate of your React class component. So now I am explaining you the code. What you are simply doing, you are importing React from React packages. Okay, and one more thing you are importing is component. Okay, so this will help us to extend this class or JavaScript class as a component in your React application. Simple. What else? तुम यहाँ से ये चीज़ हटा भी सकते हो, export default. Okay, now you are simply writing a class with name ccom or class component extends, and you are extending it like a component, under which or under body of this class you have a function render, under which you are having a return statement, under which you are simply rendering a div. Easy peasy. Fine. Or you can change it to h1 tag also, and you can save it. But right now we can't import it in our application or app.js file because we haven't exported it yet. So you can export it by writing export and export it as default. I always recommend that you can, because then you can import it with any name. Okay, and you have to simply write this, save it. Now this file is errorless. Just go to your app component, you have to import it, right? Just simply write import. Now this is the power of that extension. I simply wrote import ccom or class component. Okay, and it auto completed it from the file which I have to import it. Now after importing, you have to include it in your, if you will include it in your app component, you will simply go to your browser and you can see that here you can see that your class component is also getting rendered. Now if you will go to your class component and make some changes, just go again and you can simply see that this is your class component and this is your functional component. So here you are learning different things, how you can make a functional component, how you can make a class component, how you can simply use nested components inside a single component. तुमने ये भी चीज़ देखी कैसे? तुम ऐप कंपोनेंट में देखो, ये तुम्हारा एक सिंगल फंक्शनल कंपोनेंट है जिसके अंदर तुम दो कंपोनेंट्स को रेंडर कर रहे हो, और यू कैन से दैट दीज टू कंपोनेंट्स आर नेस्टेड कंपोनेंट्स, component 1 and class component. Okay, what you have to simply do, import all the components and simply return them from your app component. So this is it about your class component. मैंने एक सिंपल सा क्लास कंपोनेंट बनाया जिससे मैं एक h1 टैग रेंडर कर रहा हूँ और सम JSX फाइल रेंडर कर रहा हूँ, JSX सिंटेक्स. अब why we are using class components or why we are using functional components? So simply, as I have previously also told you that functional components में previously state management नहीं होता था, but now we have a state management in functional components using React hooks. ठीक है, तो class components are way more complex than functional components, because in class components, if you have dealt with class previously, you must have known that we have to deal with this keyword. Okay, तो ये this keyword जो होता है वो तुम जब class component की body में this keyword use करोगे तो simply it will point to the current class inside which you are working. Okay, fine. तो ये दिस कीवर्ड से डील करना, और इन फ्यूचर व्हेन वी आर मेकिंग सम कॉम्प्लेक्स रिएक्ट एप्लीकेशंस, तो हमें दिस कीवर्ड को बाइंड भी करना पड़ता है so that we can use it with different functions also. Some more thing about class component is when you will manage your state with your class component, ठीक है, तो उसमें way more complex methods आते हैं than hooks which we are going to use in functional components. So component did mount, component update, component did unmount. Okay, so you have to write these whole three methods to manage a single state. Fine, but in functional components हमारे पास सिंपली हुक्स होते हैं, जो कि आई एम टेलिंग यू वे मोर इजियर देन class components, using state management in class components. So that's why due to these two things, or simply I recommend you, or I prefer to use functional components everywhere. Yes, you can use functional components everywhere in your React application. Okay, so I made this video just to give you a simple understanding of class components so that तुम कभी भी class component देखो तो confuse ना हो. Okay, I'll make some more class component videos how you can manage states, so that you can also get an idea of managing states in class components. Okay, how to use those complex methods of mounting and unmounting some state. Fine, but in this complete playlist for building some application or example project, we will only use functional components and hooks in functional components. So from other video we will talk about how you can what are hooks in React, okay, and how you can use hooks for state management inside a functional component. So this is it for this video. If you have any doubt in this video, you can ask me in comment section. I will explain you in brief again, or either I will give you a source where you can get your doubts cleared. Okay, so till now we have learned how you can make a functional component, how you can make a class component. From next video we will try to build some simple projects so that you can get some better understanding of functional components, and from further videos we will start learning state management in functional components and hooks in React. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed this YouTube channel Coding Talkies, just go and subscribe this YouTube channel so that you can get regular updates of playlists and videos which I am uploading regularly. And if you haven't checked Newton School Grant Coding Contest or their Launchpad initiative or their pay after placement program, just go and check their all the programs and get the most out of it for you, since these applications are for free only. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe this YouTube channel and like this video.